Okay, so this is why you don't get dressed in the dark.
Empanada or die?
Yeah. So just ignore the shirt.
Really into empanadas?
Yes. But anyways, we're going to go over stretch because this week we got ourselves Superstore. And if you came to Thursday's class, we did a lot of upper body, but we did a lot of combining it with the lower body. So we got really sore in our lower extremities. And we're going to work on that because as you start compromising the mechanics of your lower half of your body, you are going to compromise your neck and your shoulders. So we're going to tie it back to that at any rate. So we'll start with the nice basic rollout of your right foot. Try to keep your feet parallel. This is probably the trickiest piece, and the piece we forget about the most is rolling out the right foot is keeping the feet parallel. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy, shoulder blades are down and back, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and heart to the horizon because you don't have to see what you're feeling.
Try to keep your knee straight and initiate that movement from your hip rather than just your knees.
Remember when you were kids, you see with your eyes, not with your hands? That's the other way. You feel with your foot, not with your eyes. So feel that foot parallel. And then we're going to just switch. Notice how your opposite butt cheek works. It should be working. It's part of holding you up. Abs are nice and tight. So it's funny, at our house we're starting to move some stuff in, but as you move stuff in, you have less space. I don't understand. Abs are nice and tight. Just feel what it feels like to roll those feet parallel. We're going to do it again on the right foot, only you're going to take it back behind you. You'll bend your left foot. Abs are nice and tight. And you're going to roll your feet parallel. Try to keep that rear leg straight. Straight and parallel, two hardest things. Keep breathing. Just feel what the balance feels like. And then switch sides. Feel what it feels like to keep those feet parallel. Keep breathing.
So you could bend your front leg
Okay.
and try to keep the back leg straight.
Because this is what we do in walk. The front leg bends until the leg swings through and it straightens, and then we set into walk. Okay. Now we're going to put the block under your right foot. This is so important. Keeps you out of so many problems. Back pain, knee pain, foot pain, neck pain. Right here in your calf. We're going to stretch it out, opening up our gastroc. Abs are nice and tight. Shoulder blades are down and back. First chakra, your pelvic floor. Fire it up. Second chakra, your lower abs. Suck it in. Third chakra, your upper abs. Close up your rib cage. Pump your hips forward. Pump your hips forward. Eyes up, smiles up. Hips forward. This is the time the hips go.
Doesn't want to go forward. Let's go backward.
Okay.
Okay, now step forward, hips forward, step back, hips back. This is to ensure when you're hiking or walking and your heel drops down, you don't have to slam your face into the ground, which is quite useful, but happens more than you think. Step forward, hips forward, step back, hips back. Step forward, hips, I'll come help you. Step forward, hips forward, step back, hips back.
It's-
Is that 20?
Yes,
Okay,
around there.
switch sides. Abs are nice and tight, shoulder blades are down and back, pump your hips forward. Feel the lengthening of your calf. Notice what it does to your shoulders and neck. This is your opportunity to work on getting those shoulders and neck back as you keep your abs nice and tight. Relax your hands. Keep breathing.
20.
Okay, then we're gonna step forward, hips forward, step back, hips back, step forward, hips forward, step back, hips back. Any old time you can start. It's because your calf's too tight. That's
Tighter than ever today.
mm-hmm. Well, actually, they're probably tight all the time. You're just noticing it right now because the block's under your. Keep breathing. What number is that? Is that 20?
14.
Okay, abs. $20? Okay.
20.
We're gonna switch back. Whew. We're gonna start out with our legs straight, feet parallel, abs nice and tight. You're gonna do hip circles. Try not to move your head. Try to have your hips go the same amount in each direction. So you can do a hip circle whether or not you're on a level surface, because every athletic motion is hidden in a hip circle. So if you can do a hip circle, you can move freely, but if you can't, you're going to compromise it into another body part that doesn't do it as well. Opposite direction. Oh, stretchy, stretchy, stretchy. Okay, let's switch sides. Okay, hip circle it again. Abs are nice and tight. Try not to move your head. Move your emplanada.
10.
Opposite direction. Keep breathing. Keep connected to your core. I know it's easy to shut it off just because your hips are wiggling. Okay. Okay, we're going to go back onto your, what is this, right foot. You're going to cross your left foot in front of the block. Abs are nice and tight. And you're going to push your hips as far as you can to the right. The roller's off to your left. It's just easier.
No, it's not.
No, okay. Well, it might not be.
No, it's not.
Suck in your tummy. Just feel what it feels like. We're opening up the glute medius now. Chest up. Oh. Well, push your hips forward. Push your hips over to the right. This gets a little bit of what's called your tensor fasciae lata.
10.
Okay, switch sides. Okay, foot goes in front of the block, abs are nice and tight. Push your hips over to the left. People don't realize the glute medius, which is a small muscle right in your hip, is more important in walking than some of our bigger muscles because it keeps our hips level. And when our hips don't stay level, we start to limp. And that is actually what we're going to go over today.
Limping?
Or not limping. Okay, and now push your hips forward and hips over to the right. Or left, left. Okay.
10.
All right. Now we're going to work on the Encyclopedia of Funny Walks. Okay, we're all going to walk. You can walk off your little mat area around. First, you're just going to walk and see what it feels like. Assess what it feels like to move around. You can go side to side. You don't have to go front. You can be kind of crazy and move around. You don't have to stay within your strip.
My lane.
And just feel your walk. We're now going to exaggerate it because right-handed people tend to do this. You're going to keep your left leg straight. You're allowed to bend your right leg, and you're going to walk and try not to limp, and you're going to notice this is actually quite easy to do, especially as right-handed people. So keep that left leg straight. See what it feels like. Left leg straight. Left leg straight.
That's straight.
The whole time. Now swing through. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to reverse it. You're going to keep your right leg straight, left leg bends. And you're going to notice how much harder this side is for most right-handed people because we are not used to keeping the right leg straight. And we are certainly not used to bending the left leg.
I want to keep both straight.
We're going to do that next. So we actually have a built-in accidental limp from standing cool all the time. Going heavy on the left leg, bending the right leg. We build in this kind of limp. So now you're going to try to walk. You're going to keep both legs straight, and you have to move from your hips. And this is actually an important little behavior to be able to do because if you can't do this, you're not going to lift your feet safely up off the ground, and you're going to find yourself stumbling a lot.
Now we just jump up and clap our feet together.
Now your knees don't bend at all. You have to move from your hips and really lift, and you're articulating the hip up. Okay, can you feel that? Mm-hmm. Do it on your left side. Your left side's not coming up. We're going to be working on that throughout next week. Okay, good. So we're going to look at the two different ways we can stretch. So let's see, I'm trying to figure out a way for you guys to experience this. You're going to pull this, like you're lifting your leg, straight leg over this block. You're pulling it in, putting your heel on that block so it's into your hip. Okay, then you're going to just stretch forward. Abs are nice and tight. This should get you a nice stretch on your upper calf muscle and your hamstring. Keep your abs engaged. Keep pulling that hip into the socket. Feel how deep that stretch feels. Feel how you want to put it somewhere else, like your low back or your neck. Keep it in your abs, keep it in that hamstring and upper calf muscle. Okay, we're going to switch sides, same thing. Both legs are straight. You're going to lift this leg up, then put it on the block, pulling your hip into socket, stretch forward. Abs are nice and tight. Keep breathing. Okay, we're coming back up. I'm trying to figure out how we would do this. It's a little too high. But anyways, oh, I know how we'll do it. You're going to stack two blocks. You're going to be at a distance from your block. You're going to step away. So watch what my hip does. I'm going to step away. So you're going to come out of your hip. So this is where you really have to keep your abs on because you're going to try to put it in your low back. You're going to stretch forward. So you got to lift up nice and tall as you go forward. Keep pushing out of your heel, toe points towards your nose. This will give you a much deeper stretch in the lower portion of the calf if you're pushing it away. Feel it? It should almost solely be in your calf. Okay, let's switch sides. At that same distance, you're gonna reach for the block, whoop. Keep reaching for it, and then lean forward, long, tall body. Core is on, abs are nice and tight. Don't care how far you go forward you go. Stretch is more important. Toe points towards your nose. Like your nose, not my nose. There you go. Keep pushing away. You're reaching, 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 reaching as you're stretching. Okay. All right.
What have you picked?
What is it?
Final departure.
Wire doesn't like the music.
I was gonna say, this is really kind of creepy music.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're gonna go on your right
what
knee.
is going on here?
Alexa.
Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna immediately grab your rear foot back behind you. We're gonna open up the rectus femoris. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna start out with your hip circles. Keep breathing. Ooh. Just feel what it feels like to open this up. Take your left foot forward. There you go. Harder now, huh?
No, I think that's why it was easier.
Grab with your other hand. Your
Switch
switch
rollers.
hands. There you go.
10.
Yep. Now you're going to come out wide. You're going to open up your adductor. Whoa. And then rock your hip back and forth. This is opening up the different parts of the adductor. Yep. Really push your hips over to that left side.
10.
Okay, then we're gonna walk, 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 walk. Get back over this side. And you're gonna do the same thing. You're just gonna rock it back and forth. Keep breathing.
And
Okay, we're gonna stretch forward now. Rock from side to side. Okay, go ahead, release that foot. Straighten your front leg. We're gonna do two things. One, we're gonna first pull your knee or heel as close as you can to your body. Abs are engaged. Stretch forward. Whoa. You should feel your butt stretching. You should feel your hamstring stretching and the top of your calf muscle. Keep your abs engaged, straight spine, chest is up. If you want, you can now reach down with your left hand. Okay, come back up. Same position, you're gonna push your heel away. And then you're gonna lean forward again. You're gonna feel that there's much more room doing this, and this is how most people cheat. Keep your abs engaged, straight spine. Okay, come back up. We're just gonna switch sides. Rollers off to your left. We're immediately gonna grab a hold of your left foot with your right hand. Hip circles. Notice what this feels like. Notice if there's any restriction, especially coming forward. What do we do next after this one?
10.
Okay, the opposite direction. Yeah, nice circular motions. We don't like square or semicircles. Dodecahedrons.
10.
Okay. Now we're gonna take the leg out to the side as we lean over and then rock back and forth. Abs are nice and tight. Try and make this as smooth as possible.
10.
Okay, good. Hips go over to your left now. Wah. Once you get that stretch on, rock your hips back and forth. You might be able to even get a little bit of your right butt cheek to stretch as you do this. Okay, go ahead, release this leg. Oh, and you can come down to the ground. Wait, oh yeah, forgot a whole sequence. Yeah, take your heel, pull it into your body. Pull, 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 abs nice and tight. Reach forward with the stretch. You should notice this in your hamstring and your calf. Suck in that tummy, spine is straight. You can reach down and grab your foot if you'd like. But keep pulling that heel into your hip.
10.
Okay, now reach, 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 reach out. Abs are nice and tight and stretch forward. Notice where you feel this. Sucking your tummy straight's fine. Good. Now we will come in the new. You're gonna have your roller out in front of you. We're gonna do a little hand stretching here. You're gonna put your hands on the roller. The majority of your weight is over your legs, so you don't have to worry about rolling over the top of your roller. Your fingers are pointing towards you. So you're like this, hands on the roller, and you're just gonna roll your forearms into extension. We spend all day long on our smartphones and our computers and in our cars that we barely spend any time extending our arms. Abs are nice and tight, chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back. Keep breathing. Okay, then you're gonna go palms up and you're gonna roll the back of your arms. Number is that?
10.
Okay, now this is where it gets fun. Interlock your left hand or your right hand into your left hand. And now you can roll out your forearm, putting a little more pressure onto it, leaning into it. See what it's like with your arm completely bent or straight. Okay, just do the opposite side. Keep breathing. Okay, this one, depending on length of your hair, may be a problem, but you're going to put your elbows on the roller, interlock your fingers, and you're just going to roll open your shoulders, keeping your abs nice and tight. Breathe. Okay, come back into kneeling, catch your breath, see what it feels like to have a long neck. We're gonna come to the top of the roller, the very tip of it. You're gonna put your butt there. If you know for a fact your quads are tight, you can already start out with your blocks. I'll show you. Okay, first get your butt's on the roller. Yeah. You're gonna bend your right knee and put your right foot flat on the ground. If you know you're tight and you can only go back a little, you can use your blocks. But if you can go back further, go back further. If you can go all the way down, go all the way down. No position is better than another one, you're just where you're at. So you don't need to impress us. So if this is as far as you get, great. If you can go back further, great. You might want to remember you have a microphone on your butt. Okay. To intensify this in whatever position you are, you can lean over to the left, and if you want to way intensify it, you could cross your right ankle over your left knee. This will open up your good old rectus femoris. Keep your abs engaged, try to keep your spine against the roller, and you're breathing. You can really see how this one muscle could also affect your posture, especially low back pressure. Okay. You could switch your legs or you could roll off the roller any way you want. We're just going to do the other side, so if you're tighter, you can sit back up. If you're loose enough, you can just switch legs. That's it. Go back to the same distance on this side. Notice one side's tighter than the other. Oh. Keep breathing. Lean yourself over to the right. And if that's easy, cross your left ankle over your right knee and lean yourself over to right. Keep your abs engaged. Suck in that tummy. Abs engaged. No pressure in your low back. No pressure in your knee. Miss Maria?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Both feet go flat on the ground now. Feet are parallel, knees are bent. We're gonna get crazy. All you're gonna do is gently roll your head to left and right. Let your head roll off of the roller. This will open up your scalene muscles, and it'll improve your ability to say no. 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 And the holidays are a good time to learn to say no. I will not fly into Wisconsin on Thanksgiving Day. No. Your goal is to really lengthen the muscles on the side of your neck, but you really want to open up your ear canals so it starts the drainage process out of your ears, which can get backed up during this time of year. Okay, move your head a little bit off the end of the roller, so you're just going to go off the end of the roller, just off of what's called your EOP, your external occipital protuberance. And you're going to just do your head left and right. And now you can say yes as well as no. Yes, I will have a second helping of that. No, you cannot spend the night or the week. My favorite thing that I've learned after living here is when people are very excited to come here and they want to meet with you, and you know they're not because they're going to be so occupied by what they do, but you still set aside the time to do something with them and you never see them. Okay, take your arms over the top of your head. Just feel what it feels like to stretch. Try to keep your spine against the roller. Abs are nice and tight. It's like someone scored a touchdown. Breathe. And now you can just move your arms around. You can make sand angels. Oh, but it's starting to snow in some parts of the country, so you can make snow angels. It was cooler this morning on our morning walk, and I told Maria I had to wear sleeves. That lasted about 10 minutes. Then it got too hot and humid. And then now take your arms out to the side like you're hugging someone very large. Make sure your arms can touch the ground. Back of the hands are down. Try to get your elbows down. Keep your spine down. Close up your rib cage and breathe. Once again, turn your head left and right. There should be no grinding or popping. If there is, figure out what you have to stabilize to remove the grinding and popping. Because we're moving muscles and not joints. Even the joints may follow. Okay, bring your arms to your sides, palms facing down. Soles of your feet come together, knees drop apart. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy once again. No, you can add a little rock from side to side. Just because it's fun, not because it's necessary. Although it was cooler this morning and we had to wear sleeves, I am enjoying the air conditioning being on right now. Suck in the tummy, shoulder blades down and back. Okay, feet come back together, or knees come back together, feet on the ground, as you cross your left ankle over your right knee. First thing you do is drive your knee down. Try to get your knee to the ground, but keep the roller, or your spine against the roller. And you're breathing. This will open up your tensor fascia lata on that left side. And then now you're going to bring your knee to your chest, both knees. You have to balance. You should feel your left butt cheek, the butt cheek of the leg that's bent, stretching. Keep breathing, no tension in your neck. Okay, let's switch sides. So your left foot is down, your right ankle crosses over your knee. You're going to try to drive your right knee down. Oh. That'll open up that tensor fascia lata. Plus, it's just a fun muscle to say. Keep your abs engaged, spine is against the roller. Okay. Bring your knee to your chest. Notice if one side's tighter than the other. Notice if the balance is different. Keep your abs engaged. Attempt. Okay, feet back down. Straighten out both legs against the ground. You have to keep your arms down for this one. Abs are nice and tight. If you feel pressure in your low back, tighten your abs. That means you're accidentally overusing your psoas muscle. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. These are all working all the angles of the hips. Ten. Okay, legs go apart in this position. Whoa. Take them as far apart as you can. You'll feel your tensor fasciolatus activate. Abs are nice and tight. Okay, bend your knees. Abs go on first, legs go in the air. You're gonna set your legs into motion. You can do whatever you want with your legs as long as they're above the ground. These hips are ball and socket joints, so the motion should be nice and round. Notice what your balance is like. See if you can sneak in a calf stretch as well. Abs are engaged. Okay, feet back down on the ground. Just lay on the roller for a moment. Let your spine readjust in case you accidentally use your psoas muscle. You're breathing. And then you're gonna roll off your roller onto your back. Let's see what the ground feels like underneath you. It should feel wonderful. We got enough time. This is one of the days that Courtney shows up.
I think so.
Okay, then we will rush a little. Okay, come back up into kneeling. Where your rib cage comes together is a little thing called your xiphoid process. I want you to be very careful of your xiphoid process. Careful of what's called the costochondral junction. That's where the ribs come into the cartilage. And if you have really long floating ribs, careful of your floating ribs as well. We're going to roll the belly. We're going to go clockwise, counterclockwise, top to bottom, side to side, and you're going to do all of that on your belly. Whew. Remember, sharp pain is gas, dull achy pain is fecal material, deep boring pain is blood stagnation or adhesion. Your job is to move around on top of the ball and break all of that up. There should be no pain. Remember to breathe. You can go on your elbows, you can go on your knees, as long as you're breathing. You can have your butt higher than your head or your head higher than your butt, doesn't matter. Smiles are up. If you feel burning, that's vascular. So that's good to open up too.
Just keep breathing.
Wherever the ball is, you're doing a point-specific sit-up, working the abs right at that location. Okay, come back into kneeling. We're just going to notice what breathing feels like. You have rolled out pretty much all of your abdominal contents. See what it feels like to have your head over top of your pelvic floor. And to breathe. It's pretty cool, huh? Okay, we're going to roll above the diaphragm as we roll our chest, our sternum, gently over breast tissue, You can even go into your throat and your armpits. And you do that on all fours with no weight on it, a tiny little bit of weight, or you can drop a lot of weight. Whatever you're comfortable with. You can go on your belly if you'd like, which allows you to do arm motion as well. You can switch sides whenever you feel like it. In California, we'd be heading into parade season, so you have to prepare your arms to wave. Because in California, we have parades for everything. Thanksgiving, Christmas, pre-Thanksgiving, pre-Christmas,
Black Friday.
New Year's, yeah. Summer solstice, fiesta, the kids. Yeah, there's a parade for everything.
It's amazing that they're talking about Black Friday already.
Yes.
And it's actually, they haven't even talked about much about Thanksgiving itself. It's like Black Friday is a bigger deal now.
It's America.
Forget the turkey.
Is now when you think about the indigenous peoples and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that we kind of screwed them over.
Yeah, Columbus Day. Yeah, that's not a good one.
So let's start giving to the commercial retail industry.
Okay, come back into kneeling. And really notice how you're breathing now. We're just going to do a short little one where we work the pelvic floor just to get it synchronized. Have a seat on top of your ball on top of the block. Ball's midway between your pubic bone and tailbone. We're just going to do a little bit of breathing here and neck motion. So sit on top of the ball first, get your head over the top of the ball, and then breathe. We're looking for a nice diaphragmatic breath, so we want the belly coming out, not the chest opening up. Feel what it feels like to have your head over the top of the ball. Back when I did martial arts, it was always fun going to the lower belt class because they're starting to get the forms, they're starting to learn the punches, but they didn't learn the breathing yet. So they would breathe with the chest breath. So their center of mass would go up. So we'd just sit there and push them over. It'd be hysterical. So the goal is to breathe down. And it lowers your center of mass. But more importantly, it assists peristalsis of all your internal organs. Okay, now start moving your head and neck around. Try to keep your abs engaged. Notice if your neck goes one direction easier than it does the other direction, and then just try to create that balance. You can do rotation. Okay, we're going to intensify it by interlocking your fingers behind your back. Chest opens up. And now this will allow you to get the front of your neck as well. Again, we're looking to open up the ear canals and retrotracheal airways. So we create a lot of drainage out of your sinuses and your ears because we don't realize the first part of the immune system is actually your mucous membranes in your ears, your nose, and your eyes. And then whatever offending thing gets trapped in mucus, and then we swallow, and then the acid of your stomach is supposed to take care of it. But if you can't drain through those parts of your body, it gets stuck up in there. So also breathe while you're doing this. There's a mnemonic when I was in school, C3, C4, C5. 3, 4, 5 keeps the diaphragm alive. 3, 4, 5 is a phrenic nerve. So when your neck gets tight, your breathing will get tight. It's not that it might get tight, it will get tight. So keeping the neck nice and open is so very important. Okay. Go ahead and release your hands. Come off the ball, come off the block. Now that you know where your pelvic floor is and you know what breathing's like, you're going to go onto your back. Straighten your left leg, keep your right leg bent, shoulders are down on the ground, bump your hips over to the right, and take your right knee over to the left. Suck in that tummy, and breathe. Try to visualize what you're doing. Yes, we're trying to uniformly open up the back muscles, the ab muscles, but you're wringing out your internal organs, your liver, stomach, spleen, pancreas, your kidneys, adrenal glands, large and small intestines, your reproductive organs, your lungs, your heart. This is great. We need to do this more often. Just breathe into it. Keep your abs engaged. Nice deep breaths. And good. Slowly come out of this. Straighten that right leg, bend your left leg, bump your hips over to the left. You're going to do the same thing to the opposite side. Keep breathing. Remember, you're twisting your organs to try to wring them out. Get the old blood out, get some new blood in there. Slowly come out of this. Where's my ball? Oh, you can put your ball underneath the small of your back. We're going to just counter stretch. Legs are straight. You're going to rock from side to side. As always, if you feel this in your low back, that means you accidentally use your psoas muscle too much. If you feel it in the front of your hips, that means you use your iliacus. But if you feel it right down what would be your six pack, that means you use your abs, and you did a great job. And if you didn't get it right, and it's in your back muscle, this is a great chance to correct it. Just tighten your abs. And then finally, lay on your roller lengthwise. Your feet are parallel, your knees are bent. We spend so much of our day worried about scarcity, having fears, not having enough. And to do so, you have to go outside your body to feel all those things. And the only thing we end up actually pulling into our body is a fear. But instead, we're going to change it. We're going to start out by going into the center of your body, find your midpoint, It's like a column down the center of your body. And you're just going to breathe to that column. You're going to turn it light, like a light switch goes on. You're not going to deal with the fears of scarcity on the outside world. You're just going to go inside and feel the abundance. You're going to feel yourself attracting things that you want. Love, connection. You can even attract money and joy and laughter. But you're not going to do it from fear because you've lit this thing in the center of you that attracts. You're not going to worry about things that you've paid out to or are going out because the tide's coming in. Just breathe. Enjoy. Appreciate and receive. You guys stay on your rollers. Just breathe. You can do a little breathing exercise where you inhale. And then inhale on top of that inhale. And then inhale on top of that inhale. And then exhale completely. Evacuating all the air out of your lungs. And then repeating, inhale, inhale, inhale a third time, exhale completely. Your goal is to try to create full expansion of the lungs and full evacuation of the lungs so you get maximum benefit from the lungs because you're using the full excursion of the lungs. You're working with something, it's called hysteresis. You're stretching the lung tissue and the lung membranes so they can have more surface area. And then now just come into normal breathing. Gently roll off your rollers onto your back. See what the ground feels like underneath you. Go ahead and stretch out those legs. We've opened up the hips. We've opened up a little bit the shoulders. We created twist in the body. And then lastly, we're coming and defining center as light. You guys have done an amazing job. And on behalf of Maria and me, we'd like to say thank you for being here, supporting us, doing the crazy things we ask of you, and being very present. We appreciate you very much, and namaste.
Namaste.